am of the view that it is time for authorities to start cracking down real hard, like really hard, on bad dog owners. When I was on maternity leave, apart from trying to ignore Donald Trump, I was trying very hard not to read too much news because I was just trying to get away from work a little bit. But there was one story that I saw pop up on the Herald news alert that I actually had to click on, and I did. And that was the news report about that Kati dog attack about 3 weeks ago, where the 3 dogs killed the 4-year-old boy. And all 3 of those dogs were unregistered. Now, I clicked on that news report because, frankly, dog maulings freak me out at the moment in a way that they never have, because it's too close to home, because I'm constantly trying to keep my 3-year-old boy away from dogs that look like they're grumpy, including this morning at our local park, because they're everywhere. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, I've certainly noticed, because I've started to see a pattern here, that we've had a spate of maulings in the last couple of years, and we very clearly have a massive dog issue on our hands. Not only dogs that are mauling, but dogs that are roaming, dogs that are unregistered. It just feels like it's kind of exploded a wee bit, and I am not seeing a corresponding urgency from authorities to deal with this particular issue. Now, absolutely, we've had the announcement today that the government's going to crack down on owners that tether their dogs too long, but I still feel like it's a bit wet bus tickety, isn't it? What's the punishment for them if they tether their dogs too long? Oh, a fine. Just a fine. And at what level do they get cracked down on? Well, quite clear dog abuse is what it takes to get a crackdown. You know, it is like the worst extremes of what you would see with dogs that cop a fine. I don't think that's good enough. And sure, you know, at the local government level, you've got councils like Auckland Council currently having a crackdown on the unregistered dog owners and warning them that they're on their absolute last legs and they've got to register their dogs. But the punishment for failing to do so after repeated warnings remains pretty lame. It's a fine, or it's going to court. They get to keep the dog. I would not be that lenient if I was in charge of this situation. I would just be turning up and saying, you had 28 days to register your dog. You didn't register your dog. Dog's coming with me, and I put the dog down. Simple as that. Because as the council says, there is a link between unregistered dogs and dogs that end up roaming and dogs that attack people. And I think we are well past the point where we need to get tough on these dogs. Sure, the dog owner's not going to be stoked about it. They're not going to be happy they've got a dead dog. But that's a better outcome, I would say, than having a dead kid, don't you think? And my patience with these dogs ran out a long time ago, and these owners in particular, and I for one want to see a hard crackdown coming, because frankly I don't know how many more incidents like the one in Kati we have to have before we start taking this problem with our dogs seriously.
Heather Duplessis Allen Drive, weekdays from 4, only on News Talk ZB.